Zeus versus Hera here. And for the draft we have Lithuanians and Mayans sniped. So not player, not... actually let's have a look at the map picks. Zeus picks Quas. Probably has Japanese in mind for Quas. And Hera picks Gold Rush. Okay, so Gold Rush. That is... What do you even play on Gold Rush here? I mean, Vikings with great boom here in the stance with the late game. Camels Berbers is a good Gold Rush civ, I'd say. But that's like the last pick of Zeus here. Anyway, we're going to see Arabia and then Cross or Gold Rush as we move on. So let's just dive into it. First game, we have Vikings versus Britons here. This is draft with someone who likes archers, yes, indeed. And both these civilizations likely to go archers for sure. Hera with the Vikings and Zeus with the Britons. So let's keep an eye out for some pretty fast Britons archers building here. Yeah, that's all relevant names for Britain's picks, that's true, just for fun. Or archer drafts in general. Papaya Pit would pick Tatars for Gold Rush though. Gold Rush with the hilly maps both close to your home base and the big hill in the middle. I think Papaya Pete would go for Gold Rush there for sure. For the Tatars. So now look at the scouting pattern. Scouting with sheep, scouting with scout as well. They're both doing that. So pretty consistent scouting here with a couple of sheep and the scouts outside the home base. Big circle. Not going for like the revealing all of the black areas here, but just getting consistent scouting. I think it looks like good scouting. It looks like high level scouting to me, and Hera already moving out here. Could mean that Hera wants to go for an early infantry push here, like the pre-milled rush with the Vikings here. Finds some hunt over here, which is an indication that Zeus might be close. Zeus pushing in the deer here, indicating that early food investment, actually indicating that an early infantry build could be in their plans here. Oh, there's lane potential here. We know Hera doesn't lane. Hera is a friendly player. Not going to steal boars. Don't understand the scout's move over here though. Maybe just try to hide away, I don't know. That's a low ill deer push. Why? Last few pigs found as well, so I guess Hera could have sniped those if Hera had scouted the top side earlier on. You're just saying that because this is you playing, aren't you? Just for fun. Let's have a look. Nah, it's not gonna push that one. Oh. This is not a low elo deer push. Come on! That's perfect placement. Just right outside TC. Oh, Hero finds for the scouting pigs, and thank you very much. I'll bring that one home, please. 4 on wood for Zeus, deep barracks. Not even a mill yet for Hera. So, okay, here comes the mill. So it's not going to be the pre-milled rush. So it's going to be straight archers or men-at-arms from the Vikings then. Did not push any hunt either, but brings in the second boar. I was honestly convinced this should be an early infantry play, but it's not. But that's based on the early scouting, honestly. The going out at minute 3 to scout, that's usually an indication to want to go for a vision. Everyone above 1400 shoots the deer from dropping bills. What do you mean? Nice. Finds an unknown villager there. Some scouts harassment. Hera. Going for the Hera snipe here, is he? Garrison in the TC and then shoot them while on garrison. Sounds like unnecessary movement to me. Well, Zeus has been pushing in 3 deer here. I think there were 4 deer total, yeah. So Zeus has been establishing a nice early food eco here, going up at 21 population. And while Hera is being annoying with the forward scout here, Zeus is going to have a nice head start to the next age. They're at virtually identical idling time, pretty low end as well actually. 6 seconds for both. Hera going up at 22 pop, dropping the barracks. Gonna go for the men-at-arms here, probably could also be straight archers. 4 on gold actually, that's pretty heavy investment, maybe it's just straight double range archers. But Zeus' scouting is on point as well. Sees the barracks, does not see any flag, which, excuse me, should reinforce the theory that this might be a straight archer play in the feudal age. 4 on gold. That's actually a huge gold investment at this point, but it's probably to more easily afford double range. Maybe even barracks and maybe even blacksmith and fletching. Zeus also no infantry here, straight archers for Zeus. First range coming up here, blacksmith, range blacksmith, while Hera will very likely drop two ranges, maybe even blacksmith immediately as well. Double ranges. Forming part of the wall close to home base here as well. Wall. Being the Vikings, you do get wheelbarrow instantly as well, so villagers move more quickly. Could gate in the scout here if you really feel like it, but with Loom in, you could easily fight a scout one-on-one, and looks like Hera is going to get the scout kill here, or at least significantly weaken it to be able to bring his own scout back home. Also tracking some military movement over here, so the fletching just now coming in with Zeus. 1 range, but 2nd range popping up as we speak here, so the Britain's aggression is on point here. Knows the location of the main gold. That should probably be Zeus's first target. Yeah, scout and archer here, nice. Denying some gold income of Hera here. And there we go. Nice aggression with the first few archers. A good micro, I'd say. It's somewhat similar numbers, but fletching is already in for the Britons. Huge advantage for Zeus here. Does lose some numbers, yes, but KD is 3-1, and more importantly is keeping Hera off gold here. Where's Hera's golds, otherwise? Hera did scout the gold to the side here, so that is a potential gold source for Hera, because Zeus doesn't know that there's gold over here. So Hera should consider moving out there at some point. That's Kuba says just for fun. I mean, it's straight archers with Britons at a fairly quick uptime. It makes sense. But all things considered as well, Hera is not taking significant eco losses here. Only 1 villager lost. Going into farm economy now, close to the TC, so that skirmisher defense is possible here. No archery range upgrade, so Hera does have the gold to afford fetching, but currently doesn't have the food. You've been breaked by his micro multiple times, you're confident. Have you been secretly practicing against Scuba Steve? Just for fun. Or maybe you played him in team games in what tournaments. That's possible. Oh, you met him in both volleyball and TG. Gotcha. So Hera is making use of the scout forwarder just to track the progression, I guess, but you need to deal with the aggression at home as well. And Hera is resorting to villager defense. That's a huge commitment against Britain's archers with pledging here, and Zeus really doubling up on the pressure here, panicking up a house as well to be able to keep producing skirmishers. This is great value out of few archers here, splitting them up in several groups as well. However, Hera's skirmisher defense is decent as well, not over-committing here, but way behind the economy. Skirmisher production out of several wages might be taking a drain on the food economy as well, so Hera as a result has higher idle thieves time. Zeus with only 19 seconds of idle thieves time, proving to have solid home base economy behind this as well. Sloppy walling, it's not quite complete yet. One tile missing over here, so that could be devastating. No, never mind, there comes the house, it's fine. I find it a bit weird that Hera didn't drop the tower yet. I guess... Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you are able to get the tower up on the gold and the woodline here, you'd have a safe-ish woodline and a safe gold, for example. Or just on the other woodline to save your gold. It could be that Hera is just relying on skirmisher defense here. There are 11 skirms now. Arguably an overinvestment here, but that is going to keep the archer's aggression away as well. Zeus, however, managing to get 6 villagers, has to be happy with the aggression done thus far. Yeah, back at the gold here. I'm also a little bit surprised that Hera didn't try and claim the gold to the side here and maybe secure it with the tower while Zeus's armies are out of position. But yeah, Zeus, great aggression, transitioning to the cast stage here as well. Going to reach the cast stage at about 22 minutes here, while Hera can only dream of cast stage at this point. With the cast stage, Britons get an extra range for their ranged units as well, so when you get crossbow bodkin, even mangonel defense for Hera. Whenever Hera actually reaches the cast stage, that's not really going to be an option. And looking at the farm economy here, looks like Hera wants to be going into... might actually be going into Vikings Knights the next stage. That could be a tell, actually. I don't know of a lot of players in the Hidden Cup that would actually go for... stables with the Vikings. But this farming economy is excessive. It's 21 farms. Could of course be to sustain skirmisher defense as well, so who am I to judge? This is a good skirmisher micro as well, or skirmisher movement I should say, because it's going to focus down precious archers from the Britons before reaching the cast stage. However, that's really unfortunate that that house didn't go up. Are going to focus down the archers, taking a few more losses probably, one more going down there. 8 eco kills for Zeus. Good aggression by Zeus. Still got some stray archers in the back here, so that's a good good move. They're moving towards the rest of the group, going to get crossbow bolt in here. Already has that extra range for the Britons, so 4+2 range against these 4+1 skirmishers. Zeus could use, even lacking the proper upgrades here, could use that extra Britons range to defend. And there's a hole! He's actually able to escape here, and Hera's probably puzzled at this point why Zeus doesn't go into crossbow here. Triple stable Britain's Knights! If I didn't know any better, I think this was Henry playing, but he didn't, in the end, he didn't sign up for this Hidden Cup. He would be likely to do that. I've seen Just for Fun do this back in the day, but it's been a while since I saw Just for Fun do mass nights with seems like Britons or Ethiopians. But the mind games are real here. We have triple stable Britain's knights, and funnily enough, Vikings have equally shitty knights, actually worse knights than the Britons, so I mean, why not? When you have this kind of head start to the next stage, you are expecting the Britons to go into mass crossbows, but Zeus isn't doing that at all. It's 8 knights out and about here, full defense upgrades, and skirmishers obviously won't be doing anything to the knights. Castlage kicking into the Vikings, and double stables for the Vikings as well. What is this game? This is amazing. Hera has a lot more healthy economy to go for the multiple stables as well. I mean, this could honestly be Papaya Pete versus Crazy Bus as well, because they'd both be crazy enough to do this kind of thing, to open archers and then just switch into knights with the stupid non-likely to go knight civilization like this. The very low idle time still is a giveaway though. It's 25-50. You'd have to be a very fairly high rated player and with consistent micro and macro to be able to balance, even if it's only a 1 teaser play to do something like this. The balance is on point. It's enough on gold to sustain these 3 stables of knights, enough on food as well. Healthy food, farming economy for the Britons here. But it is a weird switch, but it is Hidden Cup as well. You don't know who you're up against, and that's the beauty of it. This could be anyone. Why isn't Blue spending resources? Good question. And here comes the Monstery. Panic reaction to the massed knights here. You're gonna need more than one Monstery to hold off the knights, though. The knights of the Britons are in, and the mind games are real. Good raids coming in from Zeus here. 17 knights and counting, and this might very well be moving close to the GG here. We're speculating whether Hera is going fast imp, but there's 220 gold only, so that's not going to give you a lot of monks to defend, and it's also not going to be able to allow you to go to the Imperial Age anytime soon. Some Viking knights popping out here, but not nearly enough, and they're lacking all of the upgrades as well, so even with one conversion here, that's not going to be enough for Hera to survive this. 19 knights, husbandry coming in for the Britons as well, and Hera is left with only 28 villagers to Zeus's 57 because of the fairly decent or impressive low idle TC time at this point of the game. Who would not surrender at this point though? Mysel wouldn't, Just for Fun wouldn't, Akkal wouldn't. That's my 3 best bets. But I have no idea who this Hera is playing the Vikings in the first game here. Zeus gets the first game. Mind gaming the Vikings completely here. That's probably part of the hidden perspective here as well. To go for just a few archers. Pretty darn fast. Castlage, all things considered. It's 22-14, yes, but you expect crossbow powers back at this point, and instead Zeus is going triple stables with the Britons. Not ruling out Papaya Pit here either, or Crazy Bus, but that idle TC low time is impressive for any player who goes for this kind of approach. And there's the sign of consistent attention at both home base and forward. Let's have a look at the stats. Let's pull out game 2, which will be Hera's home map. And Hera's home map is Gold Rush. Also surprised neither of them went for a an infantry opening with the early emphasis like rushes or men-at-arms, but neither did. I mean, obviously don't necessarily want to play men-at-arms against the Vikings, but as rush could still work out as the HP bonus of the Vikings that kicks in the feudal age. Back to the draft, we have Vikings losing to Britons here. Not in the way you usually see. Gold Rush. Should I say Hindustani's Berbers just to put something out there? Yeah, I'm gonna say Hindustani's Berbers. I do think it's going to be Berbers with this thing, you know, but Ethiopians, Hindustanis, Ethiopians, is this you? Is this you? Just for fun? Well, let's go. You don't have that low LTC time, do you? Zeus with the Ethiopians, Hera with the Hindustanis here. This is Gold Rush from HC4. As you can see, it's a pretty easily walled off map, but you might find yourself with exposed resources regardless. Like the berries, they're not in great position here, especially for Zeus, they're pretty far out. The sheep, or goats, in this case, will spawn fairly far out. So if you move out early to scout, you might actually succeed in stealing some resources of your opponent as well, but obviously you need to scout your own resources first. Hera and Zeus, they both know what's up. They've been out scouting. Oh, Zeus doesn't know. Zeus risks losing sheep here. The goats, I mean, they're really far out. It's unfortunate. Easily pushed in hunt though to compensate, but really unfortunate not to find the resources early enough here, since they spawn rather far out like this. Hera, however, has been able to find all of the goats, I believe, and might proceed to move out soon enough. Yeah, these are just... they're gonna stay unscouted for a while, I think. Did find these two though, and then you could push in the hunt and you'll be in a decent spot. The elephants provide extra food as well, so if you don't find all of your goats, you still be in a decent spot, I think. Not really sure which civ I prefer in this matchup. It is a huge setback for the Hindustanis not to have well, the Knight's line to hold off against the Ethiopians' fast firing archers, but you have a deceivingly strong scouts opening with the Hindustanis bonus attack against buildings, so even if Zeus opts for early walls here with palisades or houses or whatnot, if you get to a decent chunk of Hindustani scouts and maybe even get the attack upgrade, you'll break through buildings quicker than your opponent will anticipate, and suddenly your scouts will be into do proper damage. But then again, Hindustanis, they have cheaper villagers starting in the 5, 10, 15, 20% cheaper throughout the ages, and that gives them a great boom as well. As far as claiming the map control goes though, I'm kind of favoring the Ethiopians here with their faster firing range units and whatnot. Quite still has few sheep. Okay. There's been disappointingly little laming in this tournament so far. So Hera out on scouting. Noticing the forward barriers here. Small walled in by Zeus here. Expecting maybe a rush FC from the Hindustans here. Better safe than sorry and all of that. Doesn't want to lose unknown builders to the starting scout either. These forward barriers though, not a great position to any sim to have. Yeah, the unique unit, it crossed my mind all corner that the Hindustan's unique unit is supposed to be good against ranged units. Ooh, quick wall skills here from Zeus, nice! Flexing the quick walls here, keeping the barracks builder safe. And now just getting out of the way once the barracks completes. Also forming part of the wall here, so another indication that we're dealing with a decent level player here. Hera walling off the left hand side here, keeping the base somewhat safe. They're both dropping their barracks, but Hera is with 20 pop up here and is going to reach the village before Zeus even clicks, which means that we will be seeing the Hindustani scouts here, whereas Zeus is going for the militia approach here. A drush with the Ethiopians here, or possibly a fake drush since there's only one militia moving out here. Could be a wolf rush actually. But I fear they wouldn't. The militia and wolves wouldn't reach it. Good scouting by Zeus here, confirming that a stable is going up. Of course, the uptime is a dead giveaway here. Oh, nice spot as well. Getting even with Loom, that already weakened builder of Zeus is being chased down. Yeah. Actually, the militia made it. How are people doing this? How are they dodging all these wolves on the way here? I'm never able to. Oh, here we go. One militia. One militia rush from Zeus here. That is kind of a Dennis thing to go for, depending on the forward here. Zeus isn't Akkal confirmed. Yes, exactly. But it could also be a myself thing here, to send just one militia to provide a bit of a distraction and then just keep your home base safe with walls and whatnot. So scouts won't be doing too much here, at least not. How is this guy still alive, by the way? But these are Hindustani scouts. They deal more damage to buildings. Hero defense for Zeus here keeps the base safe, going to go into the gas age soon enough here. 5 on gold markets going up as well. Why the market though? And just an additional safety measure here. One villager killed by Hera, that was before the scout aggression overall, and this angry housewife just pounding away at the building forward in the meantime. That was a disturbing lot of spearman hits to take out one scout there, but focus is down, going to lose another one here. Hera's scout micro is not living up to the Hera name here, I have to say. But Hera did stop producing scouts as well. Zeus didn't click to the cast stage yet, so these scouts disruption has caused some trouble here. However, just now going to gold for Hera, it's going to be at the very least, I don't know, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes later to the cast stage here. Farming is on point, but Hindustan is in the cast stage here. What do? Do they go tab archers and abuse the lack of mobility of the Ethiopians, maybe? Zeus, well ahead here. Another corner is frustrated. Zeus didn't click up ages ago. It's still ahead, though. Or are we talking about Hera? Hera with the food abundance here and not able to make use of that with a market to transition. The buildings require these little tabs here, so it could be a reason, yes. Scouts on Gold Rush, this very easily walled map here. No upgrades for the few stray scouts over Hera, but Hera going up to the next age as well. Would love to see some Hindustan's unique units here, but as Hoy points out, the Ethiopian's unique unit, the Shotel Warrior, should be dealing nicely with the Hindustani's unique unit as well, considering that the Hindustani's unique unit is sort of a melee or spear throwing melee unit. Yeah, I don't even know. Zeus moving right out into the middle here, sending 6 villagers, or 7, to drop a TC on the gold here. And yeah, queuing some archers here. Is just that one range crossbow upgrade before any archer mat whatsoever. It's a bit confusing here with 2 TCs right away. It seems to be an eco-focused player here, claiming a little bit of the middle as well. Probably not a bad idea. The market, it's absolutely could use the gold income to adjust into whatever unit you might be planning to make as well. Idle TC time higher for Zeus this game around. Hera with a very low one here. Here comes the second TC from Hera as well, close to the woodland and also sort of protecting the gold over here. And TC, okay, slightly late to the cast stage, but with much lower idle TC time, actually giving Hera an eco advantage here, even being later up to the next stage. And Zeus just pounds away at the buildings here, being plain annoying, but not doing too much. Good scouting intel though to see this TC going up and see that the triple TC approach is mirrored here. Zeus now with all 3 TCs producing, assuming a tiny villager lead here and queuing up some more crossbows to boost the armor numbers as well. So Zeus, the one with the middle control here, arguably, as Hera goes to extend the walls to the right hand side as well. Hera's got some crazy amount of food, yeah. Could be fast imp here, actually. Could be an unintentional fast imp approach here. Not sure what that's going to give the Hindustanis though, unless they're suspecting some kind of trap wars or whatever. Lots of resources not being spent here by Hera. That's interesting. Could have had shit tons of light cav out. Couple of ranges. Going for skirmisher defense, so defensive-minded playing here, Hera. I'm not sure why Hera isn't using the food, but there's villagers being queued, so that's something. Neither player has any significant army here, really. It's like 6 to 2 military. They're both in mainly in boom mode. Fourth DC now for Zeus, and also close to the stone here. Yes, it conserves the wood over here, but it more importantly goes to the stone, which means that Zeus might be wanting to contest the middle with the cast as well, claim some solid middle control. Hera still floating that food, not using it for anything else than builders and a few skirmishers. Elite skirmishers are now in, and we do have 2 rangers producing them. Obviously expecting Ethiopians to go for the crossbow line here. But I can't help but feel like Hindustanis would benefit more from playing the mobility here. Go for some cam archers, raid the exposed economy, and use that mobility to deny Zeus from producing any middle cast as well. Siege Rush should go at home base for Zeus here. Could have easily placed it forward because Hera doesn't have any middle presence at all here. And finally, the forward pikeman who's been pounding away at this stable gets contested. Okay, food, gold, second building, monastery, monastery university. Hera is going Imperial Age here. Hera is going with the 80-ish villagers Imperial Age, going to go for, I don't even know, skirmisher bombard cannon here. And obviously you unlock Hussar in Imperial Age as well, but that is Imperial Age! Yeah, Hindustanis, I don't think they removed bombard cannon from the Hindustanis. That would be weird. They're in fact, and their hand cannoneers get extra range as well. No, they're really strong gunpowder simp. At this point they're doing great on arena these days. I think it might be Skir Bomber Cannon, yeah. And eventually some Hussars as well, once the Parmigo allows. And currently Zeus the only booming here, so clock is ticking here. The Hera is going to be well ahead to the next stage. This is Hera's home map after all, so this might have been the plan all the way along as well. A fake scouts rush into into fast imp bomber cannon, well, not fast really, but Imperial Age bomber cannon skirmishers. Mangonel defense against the, so far, just the skirmishers here. Zeus also going Imperial Age here, 2 minutes to go. Ethiopians, as we know, they have great siege as well. They have literally all of the upgrades. But if you get to a decent chunk of Hindustanis, gunpowder units here, and possibly eventually Hussars in front, it could be difficult for the Ethiopians to defend against that. Zeus came in the middle now, probably wants to get the castle up here as well. Whoever places the castle first in the middle of Gold Rush, they tend to be in at a great advantage in terms of defending and pushing. But Zeus needs something more than just these mangonels to push these skirmishers, I think. Even though I guess we might see the honor upgrade here actually. I see infantry upgrades popping in here as well, so Zeus might be thinking about halberdiers. Multiple barracks going up here as well, so Halb, Siege, push for Zeus, and the army positioning here. Oh, tell me Zeus is gonna see this. Don't run away! Don't move away! Don't let the Hera get this castle up for free! Oh, this castle can so easily be denied. Does he see it? Does he see it? Oh, he sees it! 2 magnets, pikemen, and crossbows. Oh, this castle should never go up for Hera here, even with the amount of villagers building. Yeah, Hera needs to bail. Hera needs to stop this castle, and that's a lot of stone going to waste here for Hera. Hussar coming in for Hera here, as you'd expect from the real Hera. This is a fake Hera, obviously, but another castle attempt, and Zeus not seeing that one going up, so that's a decent castle. Protecting some gold in the middle. Zeus wants to get the castle up on the big hill here as well, committing quite a few villagers to it. There's some skirmishes here to meddle in, and a hussar as well, but not nearly enough to stop Zeus from getting this castle up, I think. However, Hera has the castle up. Knows there's a castle going up in the middle, and Hera will be able to do trebuchets before Zeus in this case, as this is Zeus' first castle. The halberdiers should be keeping the small trickles of hussars of Hera away though. 42 on food, so the consistent hussar production shouldn't really be an issue here, as the boom is nearing the desired amount of villagers here for Hera. 114 villagers, still queuing the few, but 120 villagers should be decent enough. Maybe a few more for full-on hussar spam madness, but hussar spam couldn't necessarily be doing too much here if Zeus's quick wall skills are on point, and could just keep the aggression from entering at the crucial places. They are with extra bonus damage against buildings though, the Hindustani's hussars. So that could be deceiving, of course, that they enter more quickly than you'd expect. This is a great castle by Zeus, by the way, for preventing entry of enemy units for this side, but Overchop. There are only 4 hussars out. Let's see if Zeus realizes. Oh, that's a good quick hole. Quick house. Not enough. Oh, such a good quick house. And but then there's another hole. Only 4 hussars, though. Shouldn't be an issue. In the meantime, Hera is making Ghulams here, and that's the unit that is supposed to counter archers. Like to see that. Massing the unique unit now, but Zeus, as mentioned by Hoy earlier, could also make the Ethiopian's unique unit to deal with the Ghulams. Stable going down to mainly archers here, and enter the arm and halberdier push over here from Zeus. Zeus, massive military domination here. Ghulams still being massed here. Let's see how the Ghulams do against the Ethiopian's arbalist here. I think they don't really have any range, do they? Or do they? Yeah, we'll see how they do. Second castle going up for Hera here as well. Still committing to that unique unit. Elite Ghulam coming up here for the 15 Ghulams currently on the field. More in the queue as well. But in the meantime, Zeus is pushing here still, queuing villagers at home, getting ballistics finally for the Arbalest as well. So that's a fairly late ballistics. As you can see, the chemistry is in as well. So Ethiopians could add their own bombard cannons here as well, if need be, and here comes the get out of my game castle, possibly. But let's see the Ghulams here. Very decent Pierce armor. It's like a Huskar light over here, but the Ethiopians archers are blessed. They are firing faster as well, and that's a huge mass of builders moving forward here. Ghulams doing great though. Elite Ghulams. Yeah, they're doing great against the arms here, but the Showtails have been mixed in as well, so Zeus knows what's up here, knows that the Showtails could deal with Ghulams, and then Blue is in a bit of a pickle as well to deal with that. It's a good trade for Hera with the Hindustanis though. Just consistently matching the Ghulams now, which means that Zeus will need a lot more of Showtails to deal with the army numbers on the field currently. Halberdiers alone probably won't cut it as elite Gulams. They have a decent melee attack as well. 24 Gulams. And some quick walls will desperately be needed here to allow this castle to go up. Now, that's not going to complete with Zeus here. Zeus is at a disadvantage here against Hera. We might be seeing the first set going to 3 games here. Unless Zeus is able to mass enough Shotels or whatever unit to deal with the pressure going on here. So Hera is able to match the military production of Zeus now. Looks like Zeus lost the castle before being able to delete it, so that's some stone going down the drain there. He's mining stone to the side, though, so we'll be seeing more castles there. Zeus definitely still with the middle control. Might need to go into something else here to deal with the Gulam Preb push here. 20 Shotels. They have higher attack output than the Gulams. Gulams, however, more HP and they are elite. The Shotels are not elite. Blacksmith upgrade seem on point for both as well. These Shotels, they could easily dive in and take the tribe, I think, and the hill advantage still with Zeus here. Zeus probably wanting a castle over here as well. He's diving in with the Halb Shotel here to snipe that trap with ease, and the Gulams, they probably won't be able to contest this, even if it's even if they are elite and the Shotels are not quite yet at. No, I don't think this is a good fight for Zeus. The Shotels are more fragile than the Gulams. They have higher attack output, and with some elevation advantage here could be decent, but they're running into... No, it's not decent at all. We need more Shotels, we need... yeah, that was a bad fight for Zeus. Can't really put it differently. Bombard cannons also focusing down the trebs here. Looking good for Hera over here now. Even with the castles going up to the side. Oh, sneak stables! Sneak stables for some Hussar. Pumping out here. There's lots of resources in the bank from Hera not being used, but that could be because of the population situation as well. Getting close to pop cap here. So still relying on the Shotels here. 2 castles producing them and produce ridiculously quickly. Could be that the unique technology is in as well for faster production of the unique unit. But does Zeus see the sneak stables to the side? No, does not see the sneak. That could be devastating to Zeus with the unexpected rush coming from the left-hand side. 20 more villagers for Hera. That could be an issue in terms of army massing here, but definitely looks like Hera, who is with the home map here, is in a very good spot. Let's see elite Shotels versus elite Gulams. Though Gulams hit points advantage for sure, but the Shotels are with a higher attack output and they also replenish more quickly. I think Zeus wants to dive in to hit the bombard cannons here. Good dodge there as well from the bombard cannon shots. Yeah, now we're seeing the elite Shotels trade very well, much better against the Gulams here. Obviously the castle fire doesn't do Zeus's Shotels any favors here, but now managing to snipe all of the Gulams, and that just takes things up again here. It's a great trade for Zeus over here. Sneak stables to the side, yes, we're still going to be able to queue Hussars over here, but looks like the gather point is set to the middle instead for Hera here, so that's not ideal. I love that there are some the halberdiers just hanging out over near the stone here as well, so you have the stone protected to keep repairing your castles if need be. Shotel halve here, mostly for the Ethiopians. Only one trebuchet pushing from the hill, but that is enough apparently as well. Now range is going up for Hera here. For the hand cannoneers. Ooh, a reaction to the Shotel warriors then. And if we see the unique technology for the Hindustans at some point, we're going to see hand cannoneers with extra range as well. But the Shotels move deceivingly fast, so if they get close enough to the hand cannoneers, even the designated counter unit might not be great. Royal Heirs is in, which means that the Shotel warriors will create nearly instantly here now. One castle is down for Hera in the middle, but the Treb is down for Zeus as well, so it's going to have to rely on melee units to take out the castle for now, at least. But the high attack of the Shotels, so 18 plus 4 attack, they're melting the castle here. And Hera doesn't have murder holds, not exactly a priority. Full on Shotels halberdiers for Zeus over here. Interesting. Hand cannoneers, not with the unique tech, they're missing that extra range, I believe. But probably not the priority here either. Hand cannoneers counter both Shotels and halberdiers, so it's a good call by Hera to go into that. But will it be enough? You desperately need gold for hand cannoneer production, so if Hera loses gold access through losing this castle, for example, then we won't be seeing a lot of hand cannoneers once Hera runs out of the gold in the bank. So much resources still in the bank for Hera though. Stalpagni comes in, that's providing 2 extra range for the hand cannoneers. That's bad news for Zeus with the Shotels and halberdiers investment here. Hand cannoneers being added, which means you could use the hand cannoneers blast damage to take out hand cannoneers. The bomber cannons, I mean, and also to take out castles, of course. Snake Stable's not doing too much here. Zeus's home base economy still hasn't really been exposed that much. Zeus consistently keeping the resources low here. Been producing military consistently as well, 55 to 14, really keeping the numbers high here, and actually just using the speed of the Shotels to get close enough to the hand cannoneers to make the hand cannoneers investment less of an issue. The Shotels are fragile though, however you look at it. They're with 50 HP, yes, at elite, but they should still be dying to hand cannoneers way before they get close enough. If Hera's micro and attention is on point. A mix of trebuchets and bomber cannons here now though. Do we have siege engineers? Don't think we do. But this castle might be going down as well, and Hera scrambles up some castles and theses to the sides instead, maybe to extend into more food for the Hussar spam, knowing that the gold will be off limits for a while now. Gold situation looking low for Hera as well. 95 builders only now, so has been losing some eco unit trades. To be fair, Zeus has lost builders as well, 56 builders, but killed twice as many. And Zeus doesn't give a fuck at this point, just keeps adding Shotels and pumping in because they produce so quickly anyway. If you have the resources to back that, so you can just dive in, and yeah, it's not going to be any gold issues for Zeus anytime soon. Well, Hera is able to get the castle back up. That's going to grant a temporary income of gold here. However, the resources that have been floating, they have been depleted quickly here. 0 on gold at the moment for Hera. And I don't think Hera has the unique technology either. For gold income for the Hindustanis. If you get the unique technology, your gold will collect 10% faster. All sources of gold. Can't help but think, like, I mean, it's not like there's been any option to go for it here, but you could also consider collecting some relics here as the Hindustanis, because that extra Relic trickle of 5 relics with the unique technology actually provides a pretty quick and decent boost to your gold income. Hand Cannoneers, 47 of them now. And Zeus doesn't really have any bomber cannons or any response. I mean, at this point, Zeus needs more arbalests again. But I'm not sure if that's actually going to do all that much against the hand cannoneers of the Hindustanis either. Because the Hindustani hand cannoneers, they have 7+9 range. So they actually outrange Ethiopian's arbalests. Looks like Hera is losing some hand cannoneers numbers here after all, though. But does get some good cannonball shots in as well. While in the back here, some Trolltails raiding in. Such a good raiding unit. They just 2 or 3 shot builders over here. Theater and audience, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Hello there, says Tipa. So I'm casting my own clan's cup here, United Nations Hidden Cup. That's why you're seeing Hera and Zeus here. They are forged profiles. The players, they don't know who they're playing. The elo span is from 1100 to 1900, and it's random seeding like in the Hidden Cups. Der Grosses Chantidi, hello. So this could be a 1300 player against a 1900 player for all we know. I don't think it is though, because they are really competent in the late game here and reacting quickly and properly to what's going on. Zeus did have a great game 1 with some proper mind games with Britain's knights into cross archers into knights. Totally random name, yes, exactly. Shotpugdi is in for Hera's hand cannoneers here, so again outranging the arbalests over here. But Ethiopians arbalests still, if they're able to get any hits in here, now the Trolltails are joining and getting dangerously close to the hand cannoneers here. Seems like a strong combo, really strong combo, a full-on gold combo here for Zeus, and Hera of course making the hand cannoneers as well, and Hussars, but forced into a track combination here, and since the Hindustanis aren't Indians anymore with that extra pierce armor, then the Ethiopia's fast-firing arbalest will actually do very nicely against the Hussars as well. There are some halberdiers still out in the field, out and about across the map. Zeus, however, keeping the build, but not really able to push Hera's home base. Some lovely stone walls to the side here as well. Who is Hera? Since you're asking Hoy, that's probably you, I guess. Someone said Yuki stone walls as well, so this could be Yuki walls, but anyone would stone wall at this time, this stage of the game, to keep the farming eco on the safe side, so not really a giveaway. Maybe it's real Hera. There's some Hussars out here, so you never know. That would actually be the mind fuck of the century if I actually invited a pro player to participate in the tournament and not show in the sign-ups. That would have been interesting. Oh, Yuki is here as well. Yuki loves cookies. So maybe I should be assuming that Yuki is one of the players here as well, since Yuki is stopping by to watch, huh? Yeah, Hera always plays with Sarsi, right? Oh, this could be a real long one here. Zeus at PopCap, Hera also at PopCap, Zeus with the gold control. I really hope this won't be one of the games on Gold Rush that goes to a point where there's no gold left. I don't think I've ever seen a game like that, but currently it looks like Hera is holding off the pressure well. However, floating lots of wood, 72 farms. This is going to be a ridiculous amount of Hussar spam here, and I can only assume that the market rates aren't great at this point. Oh, that's a great chunk of Hussars, so good. Look at the surround. It's going to get a lot of the arms here. I mean, if you have enough of a unit, you're actually going to be able to take decent trades like this, even underneath Castle Pyro and everything here. Still quite a few arbalets surviving the push, but now no stone walls for Zeus here. No walls whatsoever, actually. This could be... Yeah, who could this be? I saw some players in the 19th Nation Discord that claimed that if I wall, I lose, or something like that. So, yeah, Hussar raids here. Zeus will be looking at a lot of the home economy idled at this point. Tries to scramble up a castle to the side. There's some halberdiers protecting. Maybe that castle goes up, actually. Which is a good cattle. Allows you to keep pushing some stray units over top of the woodline, so halberdiers raiding inside of the stone walls here as well. And even with the Hussar raids at home base, Zeus still has a better worker efficiency overall here compared to Hera. It's way better population for Zeus at this point. Keeps that production consistent. Floats, especially lots of the food here at this point. Could I even consider selling food? But looks like we might be seeing a siege ram upgrade here eventually. Cap ram on the way. And there's definitely food to allow for siege ram to pop in as well. That's something that Hindustanis don't have access to. They have to rely on their elephant. They have to rely on their armored elephant. And Hera says, GG, good luck next. I'll go back to League of Legends again, I guess. Nice. So maybe it's the proper Hera then. Alright, let's have a look at the stats here. Hera taps out, maybe still has resources in the bank though, so wasn't entirely over, but that Ethiopian's death wall is only growing stronger. We're seeing the siege upgrade. Zeus with complete command of the gold if this castle goes down. Yeah, looks rough. Okay, let's browse through them here. 2-0 for Zeus, convincing win there. Presumably one of the higher rated players as well. The elite Gulams for Hera first, whereas Zeus reacts with Shotel Warriors, goes for Shotel Halb for a long while here, forcing Hera into the hand cannoneers and finally torsion engines. I didn't see that one. And siege engineers. Okay, that might be why Hera was getting sweaty here, because these two upgrades, and with any siege weapon on the Ethiopians, that's going to be nasty. Yeah, it could definitely be Scuba Steve Akolner. I agree. Thanks for the follow. Der Grosses Chantini. But I didn't peg Zeus for a Britain's Archer into Knight's play, but it's a hidden cup, so he knows that he can play these mind games, and it's going to work out for one round to the next. So we'll see. Hoy says Hera could be budget Yuki. Well, there are stone walls. Someone said stone walls, even fortified walls over here.